Good morning. Good morning, Waffle Universe. How are we doing, people? It's been a long time since I've done a live show. Ramadan is over, Eid is over. Now it's back to work. Well, two jobs, not just the one. But how are we doing, people, man? It's been a while. Hope you're all good. Yeah, man. What are we going to talk about today? Well, it's a good thing Waffle Wednesday started after we played last night. Arsenal 2, Fulham 1. So much to talk about in this game. So much to talk about and break down and analyze. But before we do anything, make sure you slap the likes. And if you're new, do the old sub to the channel. This is not going to be a long stream because I have two jobs and this doesn't pay the bills yet. So I'm going to have to start my regular job at 9:30 this morning, which is in 45 minutes. So I tuned into this game yesterday, 7:45 kickoff UK time. And first half, I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, this is Arteta all over again. Now, everyone's going to start, he's being negative, he's being... No. The game started off boring. We were playing the robotic style, trying to pass it about, play being broken up by Fulham. We're getting to the final third, and the final ball is just poor. You know, Martinelli for me in the first half was, trying to do a lot. Marino, and I'm going to talk about these players as well. Odegaard, it weren't his worst game, but it weren't his best game either. And we just looked void of ideas. Side passing, get to the touchline, cross it in. No one's in the box. And to be honest, Fulham defended quite well in that first half. They done all right. So starting lineup, we had Rare in goal, Miles Skelly, Saliba, Gabriel, Timber at the back, Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. Did Rice start? I can't even remember. I think he did, yeah. And Ethan, Marino, and Martinelli up top. So that was our starting 11. There's something for me about Arteta, the way he starts games, at home especially. We start off with a bit of energy, but then it's almost like we just run out of ideas. It's almost predictable football that we play most of the times. And despite the victory, I think that first half was pretty drab. But I want to speak about some players in the first half. Martinelli. Now, we know Martinelli is not the best player. We know Martinelli, for some, opinions are divided. Martinelli gets called the Bozo, Martinelli, head down merchant, Martinelli this, Martinelli that, but for me, when a player that you don't like plays well, then he still should be complimented. Did he miss a chance near the end? Yes. Should he have stayed on side? Of course he should have stayed on side. But let's not take away his performance yesterday. I thought he was excellent yesterday. You know, I thought he was running down the channels. He was causing havoc for Fulham's defenders. So let's give a player their due, even though I don't think he's been great this season. You know, I thought yesterday he deserved the goal, and he's got the assist. But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. As you can see, my voice is so deep because I'm so tired. I've literally been to the gym at 3 o'clock this morning. Boo hoo hoo. So what? But anyway, I can't remember the minute we scored, but it was a good bit of play. I don't know who passed it, but it came to Nwaneri, and Nwaneri on the right, he played in a nice pass with his right foot to Marino. Marino had no right to take that shot. You know, he had 2 defenders around him, and obviously Marino's a left footer, isn't it? But he was able to, you know, get a touch, and the second touch was out of his feet, and he shot. He got a deflection, but still, it was a good goal. I don't know if the goal was credited to him, but still, for a player that's not a striker, you know, that was a good goal. I know it got a deflection, but Marino ran his socks off yesterday. He weren't even just running off his socks. He was holding up the play. You know, he was bringing other team members into the game. You know, I thought he was excellent yesterday, and he got rewarded with a goal in the first half, 1-0 up, and now we're starting to play with a little bit of confidence. But the first half for me was dampened by Gabriel Magallanes' injury. So there was a period where you couldn't see what happened to Gabriel, but you can see like the players like kick the ball out. But look at us, we're still playing, yeah, because we're in the final third, passing the ball around, balls going back and forth. And Gabriel's like on the ground, then he's getting up, trying to run around, and the balls, then the attack. So within this period, yeah, he's on the floor, he's got up, he's trying to run, he's trying to tackle, you know, and we've not even kicked the ball out. So I don't know whether that's made the injury worse. They're talking about a suspected hamstring injury, but I don't know. But all I know is that it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good, you know, because he had to come off the pitch. And this isn't the first time Gabriel Magallanes has been injured this season. You know, remember the game against Liverpool where he had come back from injury and picked up another injury and he had to go off. So it's very concerning about Gabriel right now, because I don't want to make assumptions, but, you know, if we don't see him for the Everton game, I don't know if we're going to see him against Real Madrid, the first leg on the 8th. Now, Gabriel's been pinnacle for us this season. Very important. Now, I'm someone that watches shows, innit? I don't always comment in shows, but I do watch shows and I do, you know, analyze what people are saying and behaviors and stuff like that. And I do get the emotional thing right after a game, you know, or a few hours after a game where, you know, the manager's to blame, you know, he shouldn't have played and stuff like that. But this is football at the end of the day. And with a squad so small, you have to play your best team. Yeah. Remember, if Arteta gets knocked out of the Champions League, he's still fighting for top 4, whether we like it or not, because top 4 saves his job. So he still has to fight. And I know we've got I think is it 61 points or something like that. Or I can't remember how many points exactly we got, but he's still fighting to stay in the top four. And you play your best team. You know, Fulham aren't no mugs, by the way. Yeah, Fulham aren't no mugs. So we needed to play a decent team against Fulham. You've seen what Fulham have done to teams this season. You know, they've played good games and they've got good attack. And that game could have easily been a draw last night if we look at the whole context of the game. But anyways, Gabriel goes off injured. Now there's big worries from the fans. Is, you know, whose fault is it? You know, with Arsenal fans, yeah, it's always someone else's fault. You know, maybe the player, you know, felt something during the game, but still continued. You know, because the players know themselves better than anyone else. And this ain't blaming anyone, but injuries happen in games. And you can talk about overplaying, you can talk about this, you can talk about that, but Gabriel is a lion. So a lion is always out there. Always out there, you know? Always out there on the battlefield. So I'm not blaming no manager, I'm not blaming anyone. These things happen. So second half, we picked up the pace a bit more. You know, we looked a bit more reassuring with the ball. Fulham was still, you know, trying to counter-attack from our press. And we looked comfortable in the second half. We looked comfortable. And then lo and behold, do you know the Saka moment, yeah? And this is going to be controversial. And big up to Salaam alaikum, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Big up to my brother Zia Talks in the building. We need to do something soon, brother, yeah? Listen. I want to do a show next week with you, yeah? Because I'm going to be abroad I'm going to be in Turkey next week, inshallah. So let's do something, but we're chat anyway. Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Hope you're well. As I was saying, the Saka moment, yeah, for me, it almost felt like that time when Henry came back to the club. Him coming back, I was so happy, man. I was so happy to see Saka, yeah. Obviously, the Henry moment was emotional, wasn't it? Because I wanted to cry. But this moment gave a different emotion. Not something that I wanted to cry, but it was almost like I was elated. My heart was so happy that, you know, Saka had returned. And we're not a one-man team. Yeah, people like to point fingers and this and that and stuff like that. The thing is, yeah, I've actually studied like injury management in football and stuff like that. And I don't know if you've heard of this sayings here, but you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Yeah. The point here is the medical staff know more than what we do. We don't see Saka, what he's doing behind the scenes. What we're being told may be something different to what the media is being told. So this guy could have been fit weeks ago. You know, this guy could have been fit weeks ago. And to answer your question, if he was rushed back too soon, then he would have picked up an injury against Fulham, no? So it's all about, in football, you have to take risk. In life, you have to take risks. Yeah? There was a man that his daughter was sick in America. and I know I'm going off topic a little bit. There was a man who was sick in America, and do you know what he did? He robbed a bank to be able to pay for his daughter, who was sick. It's all about risk, yeah. Now, I'm not telling anyone to go out and do something like that, but people take risks in life. If the player says he's fit to play, then it's also Saka's decision to play as well. It's not just, oh, you're playing, I'm forcing you to play, the sponsors want you to play. It's down to Saka as well. It's Saka's body. If Saka's ready to play, then, you know, who am I to question that? And there's such thing as well as hamstrings, yeah, from what I know. If that player is not exercising all the time, that area can build up a lot of scar tissue. And that's not great. You know, Saka's built differently as well. This is what people don't talk about, yeah. Saka's got them African fibers, bro. Yeah, Saka's an African, yeah. These men are built different. These men don't break down a lot. If you look at Saka, yeah, he's a strong guy. He's not a weakling, yeah. He hardly ever gets injured. Yeah. Yes, he did get injured this season and he tore the thing, but that we know he was overplayed. We know he was overplayed. Now, him coming on, and I don't want to overshadow this injury. I want to talk about how well he took his goal. Mourinho cross. It got a little touch from Martinelli. I don't know what he did. Did he do like some kind of volley or something like that? And it came to Saka and he headed it into the goal. Easy finish, but that just goes to show the winning mentality. And I'm talking about not trophy-wise, but in-game winning, because he effectively, Saka, won us that game. So the decision was right to bring him back to play. Whether we like it or not, he scored the winner for us, and we're 3 points, still behind Liverpool, obviously 9 points, but we got the victory. We got the victory. Now, if he plays next game and he breaks down, Allahu Alam, Allah knows best. You know? But for me, before, my mind was, oh, I don't want him to play this season. I don't want him to feature this season. But then I thought to myself, yeah, who am I? I'm just a content creator, just giving my opinions, and that's all it is. I'm not the medical star. I'm not a professional. And yeah, he didn't get injured yesterday, so the more he plays now, or the more little bits of game time, because he didn't start the game, he didn't play 90 minutes. He's building up his fitness to match fitness, because you can't go into the Real Madrid game with no match fitness, you know, with not playing matches. So he's building it up, a little bit here, a little bit there. I don't even think Saka starts that game. I don't think Saka starts that game, because the Everton game is going to be physical. And these men at Everton are really physical. That could be a test, though, for Saka as well. But if it was me, I would give Saka the last 10 minutes of that game when the players are tired. I wouldn't start him against Everton, because you're risking possibly another injury, because these guys are big and physical and they're going to kick you about. Yeah, they know he's recently been injured as well. And some of these Everton players, man, they're just physical, innit? So I'll probably start with Wanyeri, who's also, you know, a very gifted talent. Could be over time, though, but I hear your point in the grand schemes. I get that also. But that's on the manager to grow up here and say you aren't ready yet or something like that, you know. Listen, I don't really care about the manager, to be honest, Joe. I'll be real with you. But yeah, great. It wasn't a great header, but it was a goal, isn't it? I'm not going to say it's spectacular because it's literally headed into an open goal. But I was so happy for him, man, when he scored, man. I was so happy when Saka scored. So we scored, and then guess what happens? They have a chance. Munez really slacking at the back. Big up, bro, man. Hope you have a great day, man. Slacking at the back, ball comes in, and Munez literally has to score that header, heads it past the post. That was the first warning sign. Miles Skelly, who had a very good game up till the point he gets lost, too far up the pitch, and you're going to get that with these youngsters as well sometimes, yeah. And this goes down to this is also down to coaching as well. It's also down to discipline as well. Do we need to be still up the pitch looking for another goal? No, we were 2-0 up, and they've broken away. Miles Skelly is way back, and he's just got, whoever's got past him, I can't remember who it was. Ball into the box. And again, I think there was another deflection in it, if I can remember. And they score, and it's 2-1. And then all of a sudden, it gets nervy again. But I think we were in control of that game, to be honest. Weren't the greatest game to watch. And this is Arteta ball. It's not the greatest football, but we got the 3 points in the end. And that's all that matters at this stage. To the detriment of, one of our biggest players, you can say, but it is what it is. I'm not going to give these players ratings. Pickouts for me were Martinelli, Marino, and who was the other one that played really well? Timber also, got a bit of an injury as well. So we'll have to see what the fitness is with him, because I think he got a knee stud to the knee. But Marino, Martinelli, there was another person as well. I'm forgetting who it is. Let me just recap. Who was it? I can't remember who the other player was. Sorry about that. But Kivior, rubbish. Need to get that guy away from the club. And Odegaard as well. As soon as Saka come on, yeah, it's almost like this man had a step in his. He just had some energy. Not the best game from Odegaard, but as soon as you saw Saka hit that pitch, Odegaard just looked. It's almost like, a child sees his favourite footballer and he's like, oh, he just gets excited. That's what it looked like to me. But anyway, people, yeah, this was a short one. Make sure you slap up the likes and all them things there. Big up to the usuals that will be watching this probably at some point. And remember, people, yeah, Waffle Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Make sure you join me. We'll be back next week, inshallah, for Waffle Wednesdays. And also, we're going to be doing the travel vlog as well. So make sure you join me next week. Yeah, Crystal Palace is coming up. Crystal Palace v Arsenal, may do a watch along as well. But yeah, just keep tuned to the channel. Make sure you put that notification button on. Anyway, peace, people, and have a great day. We out.